Oh! So the white in the ocean is actually... Okay, no, there's a couple others that only cost 8, but they don't cost 10. If you move its divinity counter, it just destroys every other creature. Granted, it's only a 4/6, so to me that's... It's not really the strongest necklace in the field, but it's still like a good, like, your enemy's low on health, you have a wall of creatures in front of you, you just dump this thing out.
Come here, River. Come here, kitty.
Moon River?
I got my kitty.
And its name is Moon River?
No, it's River.
Oh. I had a dog named River.
Wow, Wrath of God's really been around since 4th edition?
What was Wrath of God again?
It only costs 4 mana, destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated.
Ah, right.
And then there was a land version, which I forget the name of, which just destroyed all lands.
That sounds like something Fire would have.
Oh,
Or red magic.
Wrath of God was white.
But yeah, but just destroying land, that sounds very... It's like something red would do.
I'll look it up real quick. Nope, it was another white card, it was Armageddon. White used to have that whole thing where White just had these bullshit fucking UQ cards.
Now to get to Coney Island.
With their...
Oh, what is this stuff? I'm getting sort of dizzy. What a ride. Are we at Coney Island yet? And how did I get here?
Welcome to Mr. World, Spider-Man. I've created my own carnival of illusions deep beneath Coney Island. And I wanted you to be my first customer.
What is this place? Thanks, Bubblehead. But if it's all the same to you, I'll just take the key and go.
Go? Where? You're only 2 inches tall, Spider-Man. No. If you're going to be squashed like the bug you are, I'll be the one doing the squashing. Let the fun begin.
We got something special for you, Sarge.
Spider-Man, huh? This ought to make the chief happy. Put him in a holding cell until I can call the feds and find out what they want to do with him. What a night! All this talk about nuking the city's got this town crazier than usual. And that's saying a lot.
Yeah, sure, Sarge.
And tell the guy guarding the cell to keep his eyes open. These super guys are some slippery customers.
Whatever you say.
Gotcha!
Going on and took every opportunity they could to beat on him. He was the third person standing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because usually when I used to play like free for alls, if someone has an annoying life game deck, we all just target him or her automatically. Because we don't. Once it gets down to single one or threes, then yeah, that person's going to win.
Yeah. I will say though, he was doing very well, and it was one of those that we took a look at his last card on his deck. He would have won if he was able to play it.
Well, like the very next card he's going to draw.
Yeah, I can't... It was something to do with either him gaining life points or him being able to use his life points for attacking. I can't remember what it was.
Like, I have 40 life points. I can attack you directly. You're dead, and you're dead.
Oh no, the card is even more bullshit than that. You just win.
I thought Coalition Victory was the only one-shot win card. And you have to have all 5 elements to pull it off.
Let's see if I can find it one. It's like a line or something.
What's the card name? Fuck you, I win?
No. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a World of Warcraft dungeon, so I'm like trying to do both at the same time, so I'm a little slow on looking up the cards.
Don't feel bad. I was in the middle of a double overtime Overwatch competitive match. Newsflash, we lost.
Oh. But was it a good loss or was it a shitty loss?
It was good until the end. They had 10 seconds left and they still managed to get the last point. So now I'm just playing what you call because it's like I actually play classes I'm not that good at, but I have fun with.
Yeah. One character I want to get better with, even because I really like how she plays, is Diva. I just seem to have trouble playing Diva.
I'm trying to get better with McCree.
Yeah. I'm okay with McCree up to the point I have to use his ult. And then all of a sudden, like, I can never use his ult correctly. It seems like when other people use McCree's ult, my team members have no idea where McCree is. And they
when you use it, everybody just looks at you like, kill him more!
They just like, it was an immediate, everyone makes that direct turn and they see me instantly and they're like, well, you're dead.
They either kill you, hide behind shit, or if there's an enemy mayor, a wall comes right in your face, right?
Or my personal favorite, you fire, the Genji immediately hits his deflect, and just like, punk, you're dead.
So right now I'm trying to use Widowmaker.
Widowmaker can be fun.
Hopefully I can pop some heads. And I got her in a nice French outfit.
No.
Why do they have a Bastion on offense?
Oh, what kind of map is it?
Temple of Anubis.
Oh, I have no idea then. To lay suppressive fire down on a corridor so the defense can't get through?
Well, that's pretty much what he did.
Okay.
God damn this level.
What level are you stuck on, Reese?
Eventually you have to go through a series of subway levels to track down the vulture. And it's actually a trap to get you caught by Mysterio. And Mysterio puts you into a giant pinball machine. And if you fall, if you miss the flippers, you die. For the life of me, I can never do this right. Mostly because I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. And it would be nice if the game provided some kind of hint. But the game never does. So normally whenever I would play, I would just purposely get myself killed just so I could continue with the game. Because when you get killed, you don't really die, you just simply get caught by the police.
There you go.
Yeah, but you lose time. And last time I checked, don't you have like an hour-long time limit to beat the game?
I think it's around an hour, but I'm not quite sure.
Well, right, I remember I'm actually based this on a Genesis version.
It might be based on a modified timer. I don't know if it's based on the same timer though.
Because I remember the Genesis version, yeah, 1 hour to at least defuse the bomb. I remember that because I finally got all 5 keys, and you had to go through something similar to a gauntlet. And just as I got past the end of the gauntlet, time ran out. Which needs to say is an instant game over.
I feel your pain. Because the same thing happens in the Sega CD version. You lose if you lose at the bomb, then the game is just over. So I guess you have to go through the bonus tube a couple of times before you finish it. So yeah, I guess I did it. Yay. I will say though, Sega can eat a dick.
How so?
Because that pinball level is a
Oh, but that's the pride and joy.
Yeah, but it's not. How do I say this properly? I know it's not exactly fair to compare the pinball physics to something like, I don't know, Pinball Arcade. But the flippers are not responsive at all.
Oh damn!
And there's always that issue of the ball just
going straight down the middle,
slamming down the middle there, and there's no way to tilt the table.
Going back to Overwatch for a quick second, I noticed a lot more people play Anna nowadays. And no one else is responding. Anyway, pinball tables.
Yeah, I hate the level. I just do.
I was like, that's the one level obviously we didn't get in the Genesis version.
Yeah, you also didn't get Mysterio.
We had to fight Mysterio on top of a roof.
No, that was Hobgoblin.
Oh, that's right. I forgot who's the last boss of the Genesis version then. Kingpin?
Yeah, it was Spider-Man versus the Kingpin. Just like what I set out to do at XP Test, I'm trying to collect all 21 comic book covers. And it's a pain in the ass to do. In fact, I think it was during the Mysterio levels that we had to shut everything off for the night and close up the room. I just know that let's see, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Chef, I know Patrick told me that they had to shut everything, that they had to shut down the whole room, but, Can't remember if Chef also told me. Oh well. So I would have the proper luck of finding the right level to lead straight to the boss. I have no idea if any of the other 2 levels had comic books in it. As for the Genesis version, I keep telling myself I'll stream that one of these days. Another villain bites the dust.
It's no mystery that you're finished, Mysterio. Why don't you admit defeat and hand over the key?
The key? You could have had the key long
Let's see if I can actually get lucky with a nice Deadeye.
Here's the card I was talking about.
Smart as you think you are.
What are you talking about, Bubble Brain? I didn't see any key.
My point exactly. The key was there, but you didn't see it. If you want it, you're going to have to go back in there for it.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do while I'm gone, Bubbles. And give my regards to the police.
The Fel Idiar Sovereign. There's Vigilance and Lifelink. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. A 6 mana cost white creature with 4 attack and 4...
That's cheap for a card that could win a game.
So, yeah, basically you just protect it. Let it slap your opponent's cards. Because that's the
best way
thing.
to see it and stay out of sight.
Time is running out for New York. Spider-Man, that enemy of all that is lawful and good in our city, has still not been apprehended. I am increasing the reward for his capture to $1 million in hopes that he will be apprehended before it is too late. Anyone having any information concerning his whereabouts should contact me at the Fisk Building in Midtown Manhattan. Spider-Man must be brought to justice.
Gee, that guy's convincing. If I didn't know better, I'd be out looking for me. I'd better find that bomb before somebody takes advantage of Kingpin's offer to become an instant millionaire.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special bulletin. Mary Jane Watson Parker, well-known star of the popular daytime drama Secret Hospital, has been kidnapped by Spider-Man. The fugitive supervillain has sent a note to Wilson Fisk at the Fisk Building in Midtown Manhattan, threatening to kill Miss Parker unless all attempts to capture him are called off immediately. We'll be bringing you more on this situation as it develops.
Mary Jane kidnapped? This has to be more of Kingpin's doing. Well, he's gone too far this time. I won't rest until she's safe, and until I see Kingpin behind bars.
I believe I actually have this card. But, yeah, it's just... So, luckily, it has to be the beginning of your upkeep. So, say as we were in that, what did I say, 8-person? Or 6-person? Whatever. That free-for-all. Even though he was getting above 40, we would just, like, beat him down below 40. They're like, fuck off!
It wasn't exactly. See, just that. Me and just flashbang Lou because I can't aim for shit. $34%, 54%, 13-hit kill streak after my first death. I think the funny thing that my classmates were puzzled, but we all laughed together is, I had a cold snap deck, and what I would do, strangely enough, is a flying wall. As an F wall, that I'll attach something that makes it fly, and pretty much it'll deal with air and ground problems. And the wall's power and toughness was based on how many ice cards I had, so suddenly you have a 10, 10, 15, 15 wall blocking you from doing shit.
Is there a maximum amount of cards you can have in Magic the Gathering in your deck?
Not that I remember, though the recommended amount is 60 to 70.
Oh, okay. Because I'm reading this card here, and it's an enchantment. Want to know what its enchantment is? What
What's
it does?
that?
At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 200 or more cards in your library, you win the game. For, it's a 5 mana cost enchantment. 2 water, 3 any other color. How's that one?
What happened?
Here's almost the exact opposite of that 40 life card win, in a way. It's called the Near-Death Experience enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 1 life, you win the game. There's also the I Know My ABCs, which at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control permanents with the names that include all 26 letters of the English alphabet, you win.
So, how many bullshit cards are there? Coalition victories, you have to have all 5 magic mana types to win, and on the field at once.
Oh, here's one that I did once upon a time. It was against another guy who was doing a milling deck. It's called the Laboratory Maniac. He is a 3-cost human wizard. 1 blue, 2 whatever. And his condition is, if you were to draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead.
So wait, instead of you lose, you win.
Yes, you win.
Actually, you technically don't lose. You don't lose until your next draw phase when you have 0 cards.
But if, say, he forced me to draw a card, which he did, he played another card and I had this, and like, did you not read him? I'm like, what? He like looked. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah.
So it's the counter middle deck.
It pretty much is. Now, it's only a 2-2, so, like, you could probably bitch slap it off the board, but
that's something you don't save until you're almost out of cards.
yeah, you put this on the field, you make sure it's well protected, and you just wait till your next turn. Because all it says is if you were to draw a card while your library has no cards in it, so you could, if you had a card that force you to draw a card, you would win. It's another.
So if you have 200 cards in your hand, which I can't even picture a deck with 200 cards because obviously that means there's a 1 in 200 chance you can pick up the cards.
Yep, Battle of Wits. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 200 or more cards in your library, you win the game.
If you have 200 more cards in your hand and you somehow manage to pull this shit up, congratulations, you deserve to win the game because the gods apparently wanted you to. Because I don't remember any cards that can actually take away cards from your opponent's hand. Unless it counts cards that you can steal from your opponent's graveyard shut.
You know, there's a card that you can play that has a condition on it saying while this card is pretty much in play, you cannot win the game and your opponents cannot lose the game. It is a 4 mana cost creature with flying, trample, with 6 power and 6 toughness.
A flying bull.
Yeah, but as long as he's on yours, if you're in control of him, you cannot win the game. Your opponents cannot lose the game.
So, you have this power creature, you have to whittle down your opponent's life to 0, and then somehow find a way to sacrifice that card.
Yes.
At least before he's in a position to win.
Yeah. There's also the reverse of this card, which is a 7 mana cost, 4 power, 4 toughness angel with flying, which says you cannot lose the game and your opponents cannot win the game.
So what will happen if both those cards are at the same time?
Then, I don't know.
The eternal question.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, fuck me.
Does one pick precedence over the other?
I hate Excel.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got through with a bunch of my projects.
I was wondering why you're quiet all day, Ninja.
Well, yeah, I had to go to my grandma's computer because she's the only one that has a Microsoft Office account. Yeah.
I assume you didn't see the ending of CWC?
No, I didn't.
Triple H comes out and announces that the winner of the CWC championship will also be crowned Cruiserweight champion.
So these guys might be moving over. A lot of the guys that were in the competition are definitely moving over to the main roster.
Yep. So your news, Cruiserweight champion, out with two back-to-back surprising upsets, is G.J. Perkins.
Okay, this is kind of good for Triple H to do that. You know, it really is. And some people might say, what's so good about that? Do you have any idea how good this is? This basically shows that, yeah.
He's showing that he cares about the little guy.
Not only the little guys, the fact they're actually showing uniqueness in these guys is like all-around character.
So yeah, T.J. Perkins, big upsets over both Kota Ibushi and Grand Metalik.
Alright, I looked it up. If both cards are played, like if they're on the same side of the field, then neither player can win or lose.
So it's literally just straight up draw.
Not necessarily.
Also,
Because what you could do is, because you could destroy one of them at some point. So say you manage to, just drop it.
That is interesting though. That means you could lock the game and de-lock it anytime you want to.
Now, there is another ruling that they have on here, because people having more questions about it, does not prevent someone from conceding the game. Because some people were like, I guess, were like forcing people to be like, oh, you can't leave the game now. I'm like, what do you mean? You can't lose or you can't concede. So,
Something special for you, Sarge.
Spider-Man, huh? This ought to make the chief happy. Put him in a holding cell until I can call the feds and find out what they want to do with him. What a night! All this talk about nuking the city's got this town crazier than usual. And that's saying a lot.
Yeah, sure, Sarge.
And tell the guy guarding the cell to keep his eyes open. These super guys are some slippery customers.
Whatever you say.
Gotcha!
Some people think, oh, it's bad, it's not good enough. No, it's actually really good. Same for the Rapid Mac cooker.
the rapid what?
The Rapid Mac cooker, cooking mac and cheese.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you know how you get like those Kraft macaroni and cheese boxes? Pour a whole one in there?
Nope, I don't know what that is whatsoever.
You've never...
I hope you could sense the sarcasm coming
I
through.
know, that's why I was like oh, jeez.
I think, we just call it, I don't know, do they call it different in the States than they do in Canada?
I don't know, it's just mac and cheese. It's just a box of mac and cheese.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah, you just pour the block of mac and cheese in there without the cheese yet, of course, and you put a certain amount of water in there. Cook for a little bit, stir, cook it a little bit. Put in your cheese, put in your butter and milk. Mix it up, then stir in your cheese, and there you go. You got yourself a whole box of mac and cheese cooked in a bowl.
Yeah.
And you know what? It only takes 5 minutes to cook.
Yeah. I hope it's at least tastier than microwavable macaroni and cheese. Well,
Definitely.
yeah.
You're talking about
box
the Easy
stuff.
Max, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Easy Max are a little different just because they actually have a little bit of a different powder. There's like some sort of powder in there that actually is really weird. But when you cook it in the rapid cooker, I'm like, it works so much better because I don't have to worry about like, all sorts of other things. It's like I'm just cooking it like I would be on the stove, except a lot quicker on the microwave.
Yep.
And they also have other products like a rapid rice cooker. I kind of want to try that just to see if that one actually works because I'm not exactly sure.
It depends. You never know.
Having a rice cooker is kind of good, although I want to have a real rice cooker. All simply because I watched one video from a Japanese TV show called Begin Japanology, where they talked about rice cookers, and it showed a woman that actually showed ways to make complete meals in your rice cooker.
Oh yeah, you can. It's very easy to do so. I managed to make big fluffy pancakes in my rice cooker.
How do you make pancakes in a rice cooker?
You want me to show you what it looks like?
There's even rice cooker mac and cheese. I gotta see this. Making rice cooker mac and cheese. That just sounds delicious. Yeah, here it is.
Here you go. How to make epic pancakes in your Japanese rice cooker.
This is the show that actually talked about how the Japanese rice cooker was actually invented.
Oh, I found another instant win card.
What's that?
It's Mortal Kombat. It is a 4-costing enchantment. 2 black, 2 colorless, or whatever. At the beginning of your upkeep, if 20 or more creature cards are in your graveyard, you win the game.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
It's like, oh man. Why do you
so you just get a bunch of cheap bullshit creatures that die easy.
Yeah. That's another one. Epic Struggle. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more creatures, you win the game.
That's not that easy. That's not that hard of a sliver deck.
Yeah.
When will you supervillains ever learn? You could have saved yourself a lot of bruises by just handing it over, Hobgoblin.
Is this what you came for, Spider-Man? You're wasting precious time, fool. If you want the key, you can fight him for it.
Well, nobody ever said being a hero would be easy.
Stands alone. It's an enchantment. If you control no cards in play other than she stands alone and have no cards in your hand, you win the game.
So you just hold that card until you clear it out.
And then you just play a card. It's an enchant. 2 white, 4 other color.
I do want to apologize tonight, Ty, man.
No problem. I was about to say, how you like the show tonight?
Also, I will say this. I think all the show was a little too much of Will reading off his notes. We should have had our own ways of going. I mean, it was good, but I think we should have actually had it to where we couldn't just... We didn't have to read all off of Will's notes.
I didn't know how detailed Will's backlash notes would have been.
I know. I think it's at the point where I think it's good to say maybe for the next pay-per-view for Clash of Champions, don't take over the show by running all that, because all we were doing was just basically running off his comments. So how about next time we don't go follow his entire note list, because we want to have our own opinion on things. And I think that possibly also like contributed to me passing out because I want to have it so we all have our say. You get what I'm saying?
Now,
Yeah.
When you say Will, you're talking about Jacket, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Did I miss a show or something?
No, me, Will,
And a couple of
Ninja, and
friends.
a couple of my friends started the wrestling podcast.
Oh,
It should. I think it fully upload right now, so I have to get the link since I haven't made it public yet.
Also, I will say this: I'm just looking at the cruiserweight title. Definitely a bit better than the old one. I am a little strange that it's purple, but to be honest, it kind of gives it its own brand to make it a purple, like its own purple brand. You know, like a mix of both SmackDown and Raw. I almost feel like what it should be is like there should be a competition on for SmackDown for a cruiserweight division on both sides, but they all fight for the same belt.
Alright, as soon as this match is over, I shall give you the link since I still had to put the title and stuff on it.
Yeah, it's fine. Also, I'm looking at Triple H put on his Facebook mention. I'm looking at how TJ looks. What happened to his shoulder and chest?
Kota Ibushi happened to his shoulder and chest.
I'm gonna have to watch all of CWC now because shit, dude. Dude, did he go straight strong style on his ass?
Apparently.
I'm not even sure.
Half the time I kept saying, how?
I'm just looking at his shoulder. I'm just going, ow! Ow! Oh, man! That'd be funny if he actually had to go be like, okay. And so he comes in and he has to walk out with like he walks out in Raw with a giant ice pack still there. He's like, you're wondering what's going on here. That guy did that to me. He just goes
think
like,
Ibushi's a part-timer, so...
It's been one of those things where it's like, if all of y'all on the main all of you on the big name roster think you guys can take that, no, you won't. Not even.
Don't
not
say that
even-
because Nakamura will walk out and say, "Oh, really?" Oh God, that match.
Just think about this. What if he actually did this? And what if, like, Nakamura came out and he's like, who wants to try to see if I can do the same thing to you? Next year, everyone's like, fuck you. Also, I just want to say this. I love seeing the pictures of Kevin Dunn's teeth.
Oh, Bucky Beaver. Now you know why he's called Bucky Beaver.
Have you seen his...
Yes, I have seen his face.
No, the Kevin Dunn's teeth Twitter account.
Wait, it has a Twitter account?
Not himself, but...
Well, I know.
It's a beaver. It's a beaver's teeth. Oh, I love it. I'm just like, this is perfect. And of course, just looking at like images of his teeth, and I'm just like, dude, your teeth. Even the old picture of him looks like I want to punch him in the face.
And now you know how Jim Cornette felt when he worked at WWE.
Could you imagine if Jim Cornette got arrested for something? Like all of a sudden Jim Cornette's all of a sudden like in trouble where he has to go to trial, and the thing is they say he is not allowed to go back to work. And next thing you see Triple H going, like if you see Vince talking to Triple H, like, what do we do? Get one of my guys from NXT to do the shows. Can he do it? Yes. Okay, let's see what he does. Next thing you know, everyone's like seeing the show improve, and it's like next thing you actually see Vince actually go, why isn't this guy doing our shows more often? Because you don't notice.
Wow.
What's this? Police warn of new extremely dangerous drug in state after death of 2 teens. Oh boy, I gotta see this one.
Do I want to know?
Officials are warning Utahns about the synthetic research drug U47700, an extremely dangerous drug appearing in Utah. The drug is commonly known as pink or pinky. Wow, what is this? Toxicity can take up to 8 weeks, and they said they don't... Let's see... What is this drug? It's a synthetic opioid. Oh, it's a synthetic opioid, and primarily from Chinese, and it's available from purchase on the internet, primarily from Chinese suppliers from the U.S. Like, oh wow, dude, it is new. It is so new. It is not yet legal to not yet illegal to purchase. It is 8 times more potent than morphine. 8 times more potent than morphine. It can be snorted, injected, or orally. Shit, dude! It looks like baby powder. It can come in liquid form. Look for like dropper bottles or sometimes empty nasal inhalers. Wow. Unmarked stealth delivery boxes. In some cases, these have handwritten labels. Here's the side effects from people who've taken this substance. Are you ready for it?
What?
Analgesia, inability to feel pain, sedation, euphoria, constipation, itching, respiratory depression. Wow.
So why do you want to take this again?
I don't know. I want to know why people want to take this new synthetic drug. Search belongings including backpacks, purses, and containers. It has been located in writing pen tubes, gum containers, and other items of the like. So just like cocaine. Since it is not yet illegal, there's no, like, you can't go to laws for it. And also, apparently this is stupid of them to do this. Search browse history. Purchases from the sites including may not be limited to MrChemistry.com, BestField.com, BestRCS.com, ChingLabs.com, TopChemsForMe.com, BuyRCS.com. Why are you putting these up here? You know what people are going to do by doing this, right?
Act like a fool?
And buy it from the sites they mentioned.
It's almost like they're advertising it.
I know, right? It says that also, it says pay attention to packages being shipped to your house, especially anything from Asian countries.
Ah, boy.
Fuck me. I'm just gonna imagine if I told this to my boss next show, she's gonna be like, well, I know what I'm buying tonight. I'm going, don't. If I told my boss on this next show, I'd be like, you are not buying this. Do you have any idea why? And she goes, why? I don't want to find out you died of an overdose. Do you have any idea how shit that would do us? Also, did I say I really hate Excel?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Okay, let me actually put a title on this so I could hit done.
What's this? Samsung may also remove the headphone jack from its smartphones. Why?
I'm guessing to push the whole Bluetooth thing.
Well, also the fact that USB can actually work better. Although I think for what Samsung could do, that they can easily put a better connection port than Apple's one. Wait, what's this? In response to the iPhone 7's proprietary Lightning jack, Samsung, with earlier support from Android, has been exploring developments of its own proprietary headphone port.
They want money. Well, here you go. By the way, here you go, Reese, the early draft of the show.
I just want to say this. I can see why, but this is stupid. Although I do need to get myself a new set of headphones for my new cell phone I got just on Monday. Dude, this cell phone is awesome. Seriously, $400 for this thing? I couldn't be happier. I need to get my dinner going. I haven't eaten. I have not eaten all day.
When you gotta eat, you gotta eat. Yeah, Venom fight. At least I think it's the Venom fight. Yes, it is.
What are you doing to me? Just trying to ring your chimes, tall, dark, and toxic. Leave it to me to poison your chances, eh, Venom? I don't think you'll be needing this anymore. Don't count me out yet, Spider-Man! I don't need spider sense to tell me I haven't seen the last of him.
Alright, I have gathered all 5 keys. I have about, I think, 5 more levels to go until I've explored the entire city. And I still have 2 more comic book covers to find.
Hey, Ty.
Yo.
I almost think you should put like a funny quote to where, about me passing out.
I'm actually playing the description right now, so your timing is just perfect.
Just be like, And to say, like, he somehow disappeared. We don't know where he went. Just put something funny that just says about something about me.
I wish I was funny. I would love to get in on that, but I'm not funny. So there we go.
It's more like you got no wrestling.
There's that too. I don't have WWE Network.
Alright, the episode is published. It is live on YouTube, and I sent out a tweet.
What episode?
I'll have to check that out later on once I finish Spider-Man here.
Me, Ninja, Will, and a couple of my friends have started a wrestling podcast.
Oh dear God.
Yep, and I passed out like a quarter way through the show.
I think we jokingly said, like, because the first episode, my friend John fell asleep before he started the show. This week, Ninja passed out, so I'm thinking, okay, so who's going to be the next one to either fall asleep or miss an entire show next week due to falling asleep?
Yeah, recording podcasts is a lot harder than it seems.
It is, and it's fun. It's just that when it comes to one person almost practically taking over one part of the show, it makes you go, we need our own say, my friend.
Well, hopefully next week will be a little more balanced.
Yeah, considering in 2 weeks, in a week and a half, we got another pay-per-view to do.
Yeah. Well, remember, this week we're going to be talking about the CWC as a whole.
Yeah, so I definitely got to catch up. I'm going to go watch all the episodes.
Okay, one more comic book cover to find, and I'm now doing the Kingpin missions. Well, the Kingpin levels, that is. And Ty, you brought up the Genesis version. I need to stream that sometime, just because. I do remember playing the original Sega Genesis version. I just didn't. I didn't care all that much for taking photographs during boss battles, but I do remember doing that. I also remember finding out all the things that I could take pictures of and get money for. Like, let's see, the Forklift Boss, Venom, Doc Ock. You can actually get J. Jonah Jameson and get money for spotting him out. Just.
Wait, you get... Sorry.
Just overall being a dick.
So, you get money for takes of J. Jonah Jameson. Is that what I'm being told?
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure why the Daily Bugle would offer money for that photo.
I know, I was thinking, like, who's paying you for those? I mean, is there really high demand for underground photos of angry Joe... J. Jonah Jameson? I literally just fucked up his name despite just saying it. Good God.
At this point, you may as well call him Angry Joe Jameson.
It's been a while since I've been on. What's everyone been up to?
Streaming here and there. Streaming a couple of golden oldies. Trying not to lose my shit over work. Usual.
Tiffy's been going on in Toronto, and I've been angry at all my friends who got tickets but me. Heard some great stories out of there. There was a film called The Raw that premiered. That's a cannibal film, and several people passed out watching it. That makes me interested to see.
Three levels to go.
The hell is this?
Spider-Man versus the Kingpin on the SEGA CD. I don't know if you're watching on Twitch or not, but...
I'm watching.
Okay. I'm going to subject you to this horrible song.
I've been listening to a bit of it, and hold on. Oh my god, I don't know whether to love or hate that. That is so just awful, yet so amazing. Like that's every shit song you could hear back in the day. Oh my god, I could though. I fucking am speechless. Like,
well,
I'll grant.
There's a reason I subjected you to this. That's actually Mr. Big.
You're shitting me.
I wish I was. Now, I bring this up because I've been looking for 21 comic book covers that are scattered throughout the entire city of New York in this game. Throughout all 47 levels, I believe. And when you collect all 21 comic book covers in Nightmare mode, the hardest difficulty, you get a password. You get a password right above the credit credit scenes or something like. It's either the credits or like the congratulations screen, and you're supposed to send this code to SEGA, and then you're entered into a drawing to win several prizes. There's like a grand prize, a second prize, a third prize, that kind of thing. I didn't get any of the stuff because the contest was over when I sent my sweepstakes form in. But the grand prize was an Ibanez guitar signed by the singer of Mr. Big. I think it was the singer.
What game was this?
Spider-Man vs. Kingpin, Sega CD.
For some odd reason, I thought you were talking about the Vector Man contest. I think if I remember right, it was a while before someone won that.
I just Googled. Out of curiosity, I Googled Mr. Big Spider-Man. The first thing I get is contests. So I'm just gonna read a bit of this.
Read it out loud, because I did not know of this.
Oh no, this is for the candy bar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind.
Dude, please forgive me. I thought this was contest related. But yeah, I'm just about finished with the game, and the final fight with the Kingpin is exactly the same way as the Sega Genesis version. When you have to save Mary Jane, who's... I'll go ahead and spoil it for those that... aren't really watching or don't care, whatever. Kingpin, in mid-game, has kidnapped Mary Jane, and you have to go save her. The initial plot was that Kingpin framed you for the crime of planting a nuclear bomb somewhere in New York City, and the cops are out to get you. And Kingpin set up a I think it was a $500,000 reward for your capture.
I don't know about you, but I think Spider-Man's worth more than 500 grand. Just personal opinion, but
yeah, I think Kingpin realized that, because later on he then upped the ante to $1 million.
That's still too low. Can I? Oh fuck! I'm watching this Vector Man contest video you posted to you. God, there's something about these old '90s ads that are just amazing to me. Like, I have no, probably just because I imagine there's a bunch of 56-year-old executives in a room. Like, how do we sell this to kids?
Like,
I just. I mean, I'm sorry. I remember back in the day when they tried to rate rap music and market it to children. So this is all I see now is just that a version of that.
Okay, I'm actually on the Wikipedia page. Sega held a play-to-win promotion offering Vector Man players a chance to win $25,000, as well as numerous prizes, including several $10,000 prizes and a free Sega Saturn. Upon completion of the game, without cheats, select Vector Man cartridges will display a flashing "You Win" message with a special phone number where the player could call and register as a winner. 12-year-old Kayla of New Mexico was the winner of the grand prize, which included $25,000, a VIP tour at Sega headquarters, and a starring role of a Sega TV commercial.
Fuck, where's that kid now? I'm curious if any of this is online. At least that commercial, or...
Unfortunately, it doesn't say what commercial he starred in, so...
Okay, yeah, well, that's... yeah. Why are you fighting the... Why are you fighting... can't remember that thing's name, but that thing from RoboCop.
Oh, Ed 209?
Ed 209?
Yeah, Ed 209. Why is Ed 209... Why are you fighting Ed 209?
Because Kingpin can afford to have robots built.
I was going to say, because it's SEGA, you know how many references to other franchises they stick in their various games?
Yes, RoboCop is very popular.
I was actually about to mention Shinobi, where you fought Spider-Man and one rare cartridge, Batman.
Yep.
Okay.
In the original Japanese version, yeah, you fight Spider-Man, and then afterwards he turns into Batman. Then when he was brought over to the States, they kept Spider-Man, but they removed Batman.
Instead, they just made him a generic vampire monster. Obviously, they kept Spider-Man because at the time, SEGA had the Spider-Man license.
Man, they don't make them like that anymore, thanks to international copyright laws and shit like that.
Yeah, SEGA don't even have the rights to Ferrari, so they can't even sell Outrun.
Does SEGA have the rights to really anything at this point?
Sonic.
Good question. Outside of their own properties, I doubt it.
Because remember, Sega's not even owned by SEGA wholly. They're mostly owned by Sammy. The people who do the Guilty Gear franchise.
I'm trying to figure out, the Kingpin, trying to figure out who am I going to send into this cave to kill Spider-Man. I'm going to send in a bunch of 1930s bootleggers and Ed 209 clones.
Hey, if you give enough people money, they'll get them to do anything. And being the Kingpin probably does come with a nice thick paycheck.
I believe he bought all these in bulk, all those Ed 209s in bulk, because I don't know, anyone who could be able to make that many of them, I assume he got all the kill crazy ones, you know? The ones that fucking the goddamn Omnicorp brought to the meeting with live on guns the dude down. I still have no idea, and this is just me reminiscing about that movie, I still have no idea why that bot had live ammo.
That's the first thing I said after watching it for a while, like, wait, why does this bot have live ammo? Why?
I mean, I know the film's a satire, but god damn it.
You're bringing something to demonstrate to a courtroom. Why does it have live ammunition? Did anyone hear of blanks in the future? Or rubber bullets, though as fast as it was firing, I don't think rubber bullets would have helped.
Oh, here's a better idea. Don't load the thing.
Even better.
Alright, we have them all.
Question was it worth it?
Considering what I'm going to do afterwards with this code, yeah, I think it's going to be worth it.
So now was the final battle with Kingpin, huh?
I have to get there first. See, there is the preceding level, and then there's the boss level.
Well, you know, I mean, the big old maze.
Okay, so there's a level before boss level. How do we pad this out?
Oh,
Well, of course there is.
They pad the whole thing out. I mean, hell,
So-
at one
Well,
point,
other than that-
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. At one point, you have to actually go through subway levels just to be able to fight the Vulture.
Okay, assuming that Kingpin's hideout is in New York City, right?
Right?
Why is he living in a glacier cavern? Or a crystal cave, or whatever this is?
Remnants of Ghostbusters for the Sega Genesis?
That's an even better example, thank you. Why the fuck is he here? Assuming you are a crime lord, you don't need to live in a cave, you know? That's what terrorists do.
Well, that's where he hides most of his men, because obviously he's a crime lord, but he's a secret crime lord.
Secret crime lord. So let's have a cave lair in my fucking downtown high rise, because that's a totally smart idea.
Hey, who's going to suspect Wilson Fisk of anything? You know, other than Spider-Man and Daredevil and Black Cat and half the X-Men and never mind.
Basically, everyone who's ever come in contact with Spider-Man. Got it.
It is kind of weird, but actually cool the fact that Peter Parker actually is not dirt poor anymore in the current comics. And you still want dirt poor college student Peter Parker? You got Miles Morales now.
One of the things I always found funny about Spider-Man was he really was the kid-friendly superhero for Marvel. You know, he was just that. I mean, yeah, he was the kid-friendly. I mean, you can just look at some of his villains. For fuck's sake, there's one villain called the Shocker who looks like an oven mitt.
Oh, here's the final level I remember seeing.
That was my favorite villain just because of how stupid he looked. I mean...
I remember the two... I had fun with the first PlayStation game. I remember the second one. And here's the gauntlet.
Like the second one, is that the one based off the...
No,
they're... from PS2 or...
No, the PS1 game, based closer to the animated series.
Because the one I remember was the PS2 game that was a tie-in for the Sam Raimi film. It was actually really good, too. Oh god, Mysterio's also another favorite, because he was a... I love that he's, like, you know, I love the fact he's just a human being who uses illusions.
A world-class illusionist, yeah.
Yeah, I love that, like, I don't think I've ever really seen a comic character, or any real character that has that kind of approach, you know?
Because let's think about all Spider-Man's other villains. You have, okay, never mind, Vulture, who we're looking at, is also a human being with a special, special suit.
Basically, all his villains are thugs with superpowers, or they just have really high-end gadgets. That's really what they are.
Oh, let's see, Vulture's a gadget villain, Rhino's a superpowered villain, Kingpin's just strong as fuck.
Electro's the superpowered one.
No, I thought Electro's a superpowered one.
Well, depending on which...
It's Shocker's the tech villain.
I love that, I'm serious, I love that costume, because holy shit, that costume is stupid.
Venom, of course, is a superpowered villain.
That's my favorite one, because he was just...
I don't know if he's superpowered or tech. I guess a combination of the both. Because usually it's the outfit that gives him the powers.
Then you got Carnage, who's just a psychopath.
Well, that's what happens when you give a freaking symbiote to a lunatic. He's like kicking her ass, dude.
I know.
Do you fight the loser in this movie?
I think part of the problem I'm having is just the fact that Vulture, he's got this attack pattern that's kind of douchey.
Fly around for a second and dive bomb you. Usually when you try and fight off Mysterio.
Pretty much.
We have a name for that, it's called a dick.
So essentially you have to fight Vulture up there, so that you don't have to deal with Mysterio.
That's one way of doing it.
How many hits does you kill the guy?
No, once you weaken one guy, the next guy comes out.
Assuming
I think I chased him off.
Jesus, he kicked you so hard your face to the floor.
How about say, I hope you let your cold after that.
Ah, unfortunately, I can't go back because there was some power-ups back there I wanted to grab. I'm sad now.
You need help, dude.
I do need help.
Hopefully. I guess lick your wounds and pray to Jesus.
No, the game gives you a ton of health before the next round. So he'll be at full.
I hope it does.
So he'll be at full health and a decent amount of webs by the time the next round starts.
This game being assault if it fucking just assumes it. Alright, you do this all in one go. Alright.
Oh, and by the way, you have a time limit hanging on your head, dude. Well, I'm not telling you, I was telling you in general.
Why does this has a time? Why?
You never knew that?
I just noticed
the Spider-Man for the Sega Spider-Man games, you essentially had an hour-long time limit to beat the game. It seems like Sega CD is the longer because the timer is much slower, but yeah,
No.
if you don't clear the game in an hour, it's game over.
No, jeez, Dead Rising didn't even get away with that. What makes you think this game can?
Simple, unlimited lives.
Yep, you do have unlimited lives. The issue is every time you die, you lose an hour of your time limit.
Because essentially Spider-Man is locked up and goes to jail. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you got to this segment yet. You have to put the keys in order.
Yes. And
So
if you
if
look
you don't-
closely, you can see that the first one's red.
I see it.
So yeah, if you don't know the exact order of when to put the keys in, bomb blows up, game over.
By the way,
Unfortunately, Hobgoblin, I can't use my cannonball attack. I'm kind of sad.
Hey, kick his ass before Venom realizes what's going on.
Speaking of which, that might be fun for you to try out, Reese. Dead Rising, the original, is now finally on Steam after 10 years.
I played Dead Rising on Xbox. I didn't care too much for it.
And I'm a big fan of Dawn of the Dead, so I just had complete fantasies playing it. I just was like, one of my big fantasies growing up was being locked in a mall, and the bonus was, you know, having to fight zombies. Again, was just like my childhood fantasy summed up into a game, and it was phenomenal. To me, it was phenomenal. The boss fight, the psychopaths could all die though, because fuck that shit. I will say they were amazing, though. The second one had some of the best ones, though, with the chef who likes to eat zombie meat to stay alive, or the runaway bride with the M60 machine gun.
Alright, come on, Venom. Come on. Come on. Come to Daddy.
Well, Venom's the last one, so you don't have to worry about any more sneak attacks. Isn't he? Thankfully, Venom's very derp. Because he's basically designed to ambush you while you're fighting someone else.
Did you stun lock him?
Yeah.
You're a dick. Like,
if you had to fight Venom, wouldn't you just repeatedly hit him in the nuts?
And you're teabagging him too, you heartless fuck.
You should have saw me when I teabagged the monkey.
That already sounds bad. I don't want to hear that.
There was an escaped gorilla in Central Park. I knocked him out with my cannonball attacks, and I teabagged him for good measure.
I never noticed the light actually tells you what order to put the key in.
Yay,
So-
the bomb is defused. I is awesome. Unfortunately, it's not over yet.
Oh god.
They added this for the Sega CD version.
Because they wanted to push the power of the Sega CD.
No, they wanted to be dicks.
I thought you always had to fight the Kingpin at the end.
No,
Oh, this dude.
Oh, wait, is that Bullseye? Isn't he from Daredevil?
and he does
Same
shit
place.
and he does shit tons of damage.
He is Bullseye, mind you. This is a man who can hit anything from any distance.
Apparently, including Spider-Man multiple times. What's with the cartwheel he does?
I don't know, but I'm gonna cannonball him to death.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
but
fun, you know, this
I
is
was about
part.
to say something stupid like, wait a second, don't you just go straight to the Kingpin fight afterwards? But I guess not.
You know, this is also my problem with most comic books in particular, who have these really dark characters with really grim backstories, and they're all just, you know, they're really fucked up people. And they pick like the worst costumes possible. Like Bullseye, like we're seeing right now, is a cold-blooded killer. He has no regard for innocent life, guilty life whatsoever, and he dresses like that.
Well, costume's supposed to be what the fuck?
I get it.
Yeah, I
Okay,
have no
what?
idea who this is.
To Wikipedia! As soon as I can find my phone.
Is that the new woman on the lineup for the WWE?
Maybe that's supposed to be Natalia Neidhart's new outfit. Who knows?
I didn't know Robert Rodriguez played this. Now I know where most of the women from Lucha Underground come from.
Bing!
She has like a Phantom of the Opera mask from what the little detail I can make out.
That and she likes to kick.
What about those big boots? I mean, who wouldn't? Still, talk about Whiplash, like fighting Bullseye, you're into that, and then all of a sudden, without warning, fucking Phantom of the Opera woman.
Alright, last fight.
Well, thank God.
Apparently her name is Typhoid Mary.
Wait, what?
I don't know how to pronounce the first one. Let me hit her name to find out who she is.
How come I've never heard of this one? And of course, the game still puts you on a time limit because, as we can see, Mary Jane is.
Yeah, but that's the difference. That's only the difference between the good ending and the bad ending.
And here's the bad ending.
Looks like you've crawled your last wall, Spider-Man.
Oh, the worst ending is you get drafted by Kingpin.
Someday.
Which looks like it's about to happen.
That probably is going to happen.
It's
a shame I didn't bring my camera, but I'll always remember you just like this.
Yeah, she's from Daredevil as well. What's with all the Daredevil crossovers in this? Like,
I'm going to miss outsmarting you.
Yeah. That was the bad ending.
wow, that was grim as shit. Holy fuck.
That was grim, kinda. And I'm sorry for the rapid pausing. I accidentally flipped the slow motion here.
How many fucking children must have lost their shit watching that?
Probably the same amount of people who got the bad ending in Revenge of Shinobi. It had a similar type.
Well,
similar
the
type of
difference
final
is
fight.
you had to beat the last boss, who was defense heavy, so you can't just spam him to death. while a ceiling's coming down on a cage that's getting ready to crush your wife.
Yep. And it's not.
So you had
The. I'm trying to remember which gaming magazine. I think it was EGM that referred to it as a giant stone slab.
Yeah.
May as well
So
be
you
the
had to
ceiling.
so you had to damage the boss while you throwing shuriken in these two holes on both sides of the fight arena to keep the cage from going down or slowing it down a little. And did I mention that the boss is essentially a tank, meaning that your shurikens bounce off him unless he's attacking you, or you just manage to throw a couple of lucky shots? The only way I beat that game with the good ending is that all my lives, and just as I was about to die, I used the technique for self-destruct. Meaning you lose a life, but you get to keep up, but your health goes back to full.
Mary Jane is unconscious, but she'll be okay.
Okay, I'm gonna
Once the cops
pause,
dispose of
or
Kingpin,
mute the
I'll get her out
mumble
of this
while
place.
the inmate
There's your
explains.
real criminal
I'll be back.
officers. You'll find his bomb in the other room, disarmed with the keys I took from his henchman.
We have a lot to thank you for, Spider-Man.
And a lot to be ashamed of. To think we believed you were the bad guy.
Mistakes happen, guys. The important thing is, we're all on the same team.
This is all very touching, but you're wasting these officers' time, Spider-Man. My lawyers will have me out by dinner time.
Justice is never a waste of time, Kingpin.
Hi, Tiger. I knew you'd show up in time.
Well, I didn't want to be late for dinner.
After all these years, Spider-Man's finally gonna be behind bars, where he belongs.
You know, maybe you shouldn't have been in such a hurry to print that headline, Jonah. We don't have all the facts yet.
Mr. Jameson, the City Death said to hold that special edition and reprint the front page. Spider-Man's innocent.
What? No! He can't be! Oh, he's fooled them again!
voice acting that would make like even the. Oh my god, this game's a dedication to Brandon Lee.
And Patrick Lippert. Do you know who that is?
Let me refresh my memory.
It took me a while to figure it out as well, because at the time I had no idea who the guy was. But do you remember MTV's Rock the Vote?
That's Jesus.
That's
Who
the
was
guy
he?
He was the guy who founded it.
Fuck.
Yeah. Which, by the way, did jack all.
No, he literally died for nothing.
He died for nothing. Clinton Dole, lowest turnout in U.S. history.
I mean, fuck, at least Brandon Lee made some terrible films, but at least he made The Crow as his final swan song.
Yep.
Fuck, at the very least, he had that, because he made some pretty awful shit during his few years of acting.
But yeah, that was... just to get this out of the way real quick, that was Spider-Man vs. Kingpin for the SEGA CD. This time, I got all 21 comic book covers.
And just as a slight correction, since I'm still looking at Wikipedia, the bonus bosses was Vulture, Bullseye, and Typhoid Mary. Oh, and Mysterio, my bad. Yeah, because the Genesis version had Doc Ock, Lizard, Electro, Sandman, Hobgoblin.
And Venom, who would pester you throughout the entire game, especially on Nightmare Mode. Actually, no. Nightmare Mode is the only one where Venom pesters you the whole time.
Bullshit! Venom pester me through the whole game I played the Genesis version. Showed up at the wrong times. And of course, you have to fight him before you're safely allowed to disarm the bomb.
Mm-hmm. And worst of all, you have to make sure you take the pictures before you do anything, because you need the additional money for your web fluid. Because there were no web...
I'm about to say, yeah, there was no web cartridges for you to pick up. And so you had to take pictures, especially the bosses, at the perfect time, so JJ will pay you for web fluid.
You're making it sound like Spider-Man's a drug addict. Take these photos, we pay you, go buy web fluid. Like, all I just hear is like, this is how he pays for heroin addiction or something.
You think he's not? You think he's not some kind of addict?
Okay, well, he's mutant, half man, half spider, I guess. Web fluid is his heroin.
I would say, remember, this is the first time. This is before Spider-Man actually got smart and rich. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. This was before Dr. Octopus made Spider-Man smart and rich. The new WikiLeaks release? What done happened now?
What happened?
I don't know. I just went on Facebook to check something real quick, and Jason posted that new WikiLeaks release. Fucking ouch.
Yeah. And you can just set the egg timer for how long until the DNC decide to try and make them into Hitler. You know, despite all that they've done for us, especially during the Bush years.
Am I the only one concerned that Donald Trump's going to be president simply out of Hillary being forced to drop out?
As a foreigner, I'm fucking scared shitless.
Well, remember what I said a couple minutes ago?